Hello, ladies. Welcome back to the Put Yourself First podcast. I am slightly chaotic starting this podcast episode. If you're watching on YouTube channel, or you watch the video on Spotify, I've got wet hair because it is literally far too hot right now to contemplate giving myself a blow dry. So that's that. Second thing, our household is just quite up and down, chaotic at the moment. For anyone who has ever got a puppy or a new dog or even, any new animal, and I cannot even imagine what it's like to have a new baby in the house. It's just that I feel like the first month is like you've just got to get through it. Do you know? Like, you've literally just got to stay positive, focus on routine as much as you can and give yourself a shit ton of grace. So I just generally feel more chaotic right now. And my own mindset work right now has inspired this week's episode. The last thing I wanted to say is, if you listen the day the podcast comes out, we are slightly late today and I apologise for that. I originally intended to reshare an Instagram live that I recorded and filmed last week, but ended up losing the file to that and couldn't get it off Instagram. So all worked out because here I am, and I think what I'm going to share today is going to be so helpful. I want to talk about this mindset shift, this perspective that I'm going to say instantly got me out of a funk this morning. And this is a mindset shift, so it will help you hopefully shift your perspective to focus on this today or the next time you're in a similar situation. And I'm going to give you the actual thing that I did to help me actually use this, because I also get that with mindset work and personal development, it can sometimes feel intangible. It can feel like, oh, just think like this. And I've personally found that really frustrating when people are like, oh, just think like this in order to be more positive. Just think like this in order to manifest. I just have this mindset that I think like this, and it's like amazing. And we need tools to be able to help get us there. And of course, 99% of those tools I only share with paying clients within my sisterhood membership, within Next Level You, my group program, and of course with my one-to-one clients. However, I always do like to include tangible, actionable stuff within my content, and today is going to be an awesome one for that. So with all that said, we will dive on in. I do want to remind you at the top of the episode that the sisterhood doors are open throughout September, and this is the last time this year you're going to be able to join. So when you DM me in October and say, I'm interested in the sisterhood, how do I join, or do I need to join the wait list, my answer is going to be yes, you need to wait till January. And that feels like a long time to wait to get started with this work. So if you don't want to wait that long, if you don't want to feel frustrated that you missed out, I highly recommend you check out the show notes and click that link that will take you to the sign up page. With that said, this morning I woke up and I felt this shift in my perspective, and it's inspired by yesterday. I was talking to Adam about feeling frustrated, feeling out of control, feeling overwhelmed. And I just struggle anyway when there's changes to our like routine. So when you are settling in a new dog, or if you have any significant change in your lifestyle, in your circumstances, a new job, a new home, if you move somewhere new, if you like have a new relationship or a relationship breakdown or a promotion at work, any significant change in your day-to-day, anything that changes your day-to-day life is going to shake up your nervous system. And any change our unconscious mind does not want. Even if it's change that we logically intentionally want and intentionally created. So I can still have wanted to make that decision and even be really happy to have made that decision and be loving it and still be adjusting and be fucking overwhelmed by the challenges that it comes with. And I think we forget that, and we end up, especially if it's something we have manifested, right? If it's something we have created for ourselves, I see so many women shaming themselves for feeling not 100% perfectly positive and so grateful 24/7, because I should be grateful for this, I should be so happy, like why am I feeling like this, I just want to be enjoying it. And so that's the first piece of this, right? Because in me sharing this mindset shift and this perspective and this tool to shift from feeling overwhelmed, feeling out of control, feeling like basically like a victim to this circumstance, I am not saying that it is bad to be feeling any of those things. This is not labeling things good or bad. And so much of that very impractical mindset advice of just feel good almost like minimizes that overwhelm that is very natural and is simply your nervous system, so your mind, your body, adjusting to this complete shift in your routine. Even the most minimal things, like you take on a promotion at work and all of a sudden you're now required to attend a meeting twice a week. Even that extra level of responsibility could massively shake up your nervous system. It could be more demanding and taxing on your energy because it's new and you're not used to it. And when you're in it, and I want to say that, like with Bella adopting a 3-year-old ex-breeding, ex-puppy farm, very nervous, very scared dog, and having to basically teach her that A, she can trust us, and B, how to be a dog, like how to live in a house, how to be a normal dog. That is a long, intense, challenging process. And I need to have my mindset in the right place. Otherwise, it's easy to slip into that victim mode and go the other opposite end of the extreme to, why is this happening to me? Why did I do this? Etc., etc. And don't get me wrong, I've said that to Adam. over the past couple of weeks. I was like, are we in over our head here? Like, was this the right time? Of course you're going to question that. But if you want to move through this change that you're going through and feel in control, feel like you're in the driver's seat, feel like you are consciously co-creating this reality, you are not some powerless victim in the back seat of your own life, this is going to help you so much. And the shift is your choice. Your choice. So the word choose, I choose, I personally feel that word, that affirmation, because anything that comes after I is like a statement, an affirmation, what you are, affirming that you are. So anything that comes after I choose, to me, is like potent manifesting gold. Because so much of life, so much of societal conditioning attempts to have you feeling powerless, have you feeling like, what's the point? There's nothing I can do. This is happening to me rather than for me. And in NLP, we call this at effect. Because when you think of manifestation on a very basic level, cause and effect. You know, we put something out and we cause a certain effect. We cause a certain result. And in NLP, we believe that if you are at effect, you are basically in that mode of feeling like a victim to the results that are happening around you. So you are powerless to the fact that you've got this new job, or you've moved to this new place, or you're in a new relationship and all of a sudden you're knackered, or you have no time, or you don't have any time for yourself anymore, or you're struggling to even leave the house or get to the gym, or whatever the case may be. Being at effect basically means feeling at the whim of all these external things that are happening around you, these results that are happening around you. But when you are at cause, you are basically in that driver's seat position, and you are saying, I am causing my own effect. Like, I'm causing my own result. I am creating my own reality. And that shift from things are happening to me to I am creating my own reality, I'm creating the results that surround me, is such a powerful shift you can make. And I believe a really simple way to do that is through the use of the affirmation, I choose. And even just asking yourself the journal prompt. So what I did this morning is I sat and reflected on what I want to happen. Not what I'm frustrated is not happening. Not what is going wrong. Not what I've not figured out yet. Not all the mistakes that I've made over the past week. Not feeling like a victim, right? Not feeling out of control because there are certain things that are out of my control. I was like, what do I want to focus on? And what do I choose? Because this is where in the past I've personally felt like, can I do that, right? Can I focus on that? Is that actually going to be helpful? Because it's not just as simple, right, as saying, it's like living in fairyland and going, everything is great, everything is perfect, yay, like I'm going to be skipping through the fields over the next couple of weeks with Bella and she's going to be perfect, and you know, all her previous trauma from living on a poppy farm and being God knows treated how is just going to magically poof disappear, and she's going to be the perfect dog, and then we're going to be the perfect blah. No, that is in the past is what like the very skeptical part of me thought this was. This isn't that. This is you getting into the driver's seat and choosing very tangible things that you are almost like committing to creating, right? You are declaring to the universe, I choose this. Because it's so easy to choose to focus on what you don't want and what you're feeling frustrated by right now. Remembering that feeling at effect, feeling like you're at the whim of all this stuff happening around you. It's easy to focus on that. We need you to shift from what I don't want, what's happening around me that I'm not happy with, to what do you want them? And try to be as tangible and specific as you can with this. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your journal out and you're going to ask yourself, what do I choose instead? What do I choose instead? And you're going to write that question down. I literally just made this up this morning, so I'm giving it to you fresh. I've never shared this with anyone. What do I choose instead? And you're going to sit and write, I choose whatever it is. And you're going to continue. And what you're doing is you're making these statements, you're writing down these affirmations, and it's like, imagine you have a compass in your hand and the compass is pointing in a certain direction, and you know that if you are pointing in this direction, you are not going to reach the destination that you want, because you're facing west and you need to be facing east. This is like taking that compass and reorienting yourself so that you are pointing in the right direction. It's like getting yourself back on track, right, towards where you want. So you're going to write down, I choose this. I choose this. And these could be taking the challenging things you're facing right now and choosing how it's going to change. Choosing what's going to happen. Choosing how you're going to feel about it. Choosing the mindset that you're going to have, the perspective you're going to have, the way you're going to operate in that area. So, some of the things I wrote down this morning. I choose to give myself grace during this time. I choose that by the end of this month, we will be in a completely different place with Bella and Benji. I choose that Benji and Bella will bond and be best mates and be playing together really nicely within the next few weeks. I choose that Bella will absolutely love learning how to walk on a lead and will be so excited to go for walks. I choose that throughout this experience, I will feel calm and in control. I choose to prioritize my health and fitness. I choose, and you can use it for multiple different things. So I even did this for something that I am not like feeling like funky about, but I just want to manifest, like I'm just focused on. So I was like, I choose to enter my 30s feeling the fittest and strongest I ever have. I choose whatever you're focused on. But the power of that choice and choosing to get back in the driver's seat is such a shift that it feels like this anchor to me now, where yes, there's a lot of learning to do. Yes, there's going to be challenges, things aren't going to be perfect. But I know that in this practice, whether it's in my journal or it's saying it out loud, or it's remembering what I've wrote and saying it in my head to myself, or whatever the case might be, saying it out loud to Adam, whatever, I know that this practice, this choice, this statement is reorienting me towards where I am headed. And as long as I choose that, my success is inevitable, because at the end of the day, whether you believe you are or you're not, you are a powerful co-creator of your own life. And you do have power, and you can create a different result for yourself than a result that is happening right now that you're not happy with. Whether you believe you can or you can't, that is the case. And the more you focus on what you want, the less you focus on that mindset of this is happening to me, the more power you're going to take back, the more anchored you're going to be, the steadier you're going to be able to move through this period of adjustment, whatever it is for you, the more you're going to be able to support yourself, the smoother and clearer and potentially even faster it's going to happen. All of that is going to be the case when you choose. So asking yourself that question, whether you have time to pause after this episode or whether you simply want to continue, driving your car or while you're at the gym or walking your dog, cleaning your house, whatever you're doing right now, asking yourself that question. What do I choose? Knowing that whatever comes after I choose, you get to have. It's not about, oh, that's bullshit because no one lives in fairyland, nothing is ever perfect. No. But there are things that right now you can choose. You can choose that it's going to be the case. You can choose that you're going to treat yourself in that way. You can choose that the outcome is inevitable. So what do you choose? I would love to hear on Instagram DM if you are listening and you found this helpful. If you give this a go, please do. And as this is a free resource that I share every week, I always say if you would be kind enough to rate and review the podcast, follow, share with a friend, especially if you know someone who could benefit from this particular episode. All of that is just such good karma, such a good, really, it feels really like a positive value exchange for you to spread the love, share your kindness, pass it on. And I really hope it's helped those of you who needed to hear this one today. I cannot wait to hear your feedback if it has. And as always, check out the show notes to get the links you need if you are interested in working together more, whether that be inside of the sisterhood, or I'm also taking on one-to-one clients right now, or if you're more interested in Next Level You, my signature group manifestation program, that will be opening for enrollment end of November, December. So if you're super keen on that, get in touch and I can share the upcoming info or get you on the wait list. With that, I will see you next week in our next episode.